Welcome back to the shop. My name is John, and today I have a special treat for you. Instead of just doing one job in particular, I want to go over what a day in the life at the shop is, and we're gonna do 3 jobs today. So all 3 of these jobs rolled in yesterday. I was busy doing something else, and it was one of the days where the door just never fully closed. Somebody was always walking through it. So I have 2 customers here with 3 jobs. These are little machine shop things that are relatively easy and quick to do, but in my experience, a lot of people don't know where to go for these things. So in town, I am that guy. So I'm gonna walk you through exactly how I would take care of these 3 jobs, and I'll show you how easy and fun it is. So this is a platen off of a door making machine, but this is the machine that puts all of the holes and pockets into a blank door. So at some point, the cutter on this machine that operates like this has made contact with this steel platen. So we need to weld that up and then sand this smooth. You can see that it is actually quite nice already, and that's because recently I just did this job for these guys, and I guess the apprentice got his hands on the machine again. So we got to fix that up. And on the same machine, we are working on one of the sets of cutters that it uses. This is the cutter out of the machine. It has a 1/2-inch shank on the back side of it, and it has a flat put into it here. And this is where 2 set screws make contact. That's what holds the tool into the hub. So they have a couple new tools here, and the problem with these is that they do not come with a flat on them. So I've already tested these with a file. I know that they are soft on this end, and it does make sense since they are brazed on carbide, so this whole tool is pretty soft. We can machine it here, no problem, so we need to go to the milling machine and put some flats on these shanks. Okay, and the last and final job is a set of 2 shafts. These are really easy. These are just 1/2-inch shafts, and they have a small groove, which is only 45 thou wide, and that is where a snap ring goes in. I've got the perfect piece of material here. This is just mild steel shaft of the 1/2-inch flavor, and we can easily cut this down into 2 20-inch shafts, so that's what we'll do. The most important thing that we do on this channel before we get into the work is liking, subscribing, buying us a coffee, and leaving us a super thanks. You can do any one of those. One would be great. If you just did one of those things, that'd be excellent, but it really helps us out. Okay, so we're gonna start with this platen so it can cool down while we do the other steps of this job. You can use any welder you have if you're just doing it in mild steel like I am. All I'm going to do is use mild steel TIG wire, and I'm going to fill up this void, and I'm gonna make sure it's proud, so it's definitely gonna clean up when I sand it. I highly recommend sticking around till the end of this video because we are taking a field trip here. We need to go to a friend's shop. They have a larger sander here. It's not always about the size of your sander, it's how you use it, but actually with sanders, it is about the size of your sander, and we need a big old sander. So let's move on to the next piece. That went good. Surface finish isn't critical on this, it's just for a couple grub screws, so let's do another one. Okay, that's one job in the bank, nice and easy. Let's move on to the next piece. All right, moving on to the 3rd project, let's get our shafts built. So let me go over some of these features with you. Okay, so this is the drawing for our shaft. You can see that they've called it out for just a hair under 1/2-inch. Our mild steel shaft will be exactly on point for that, so that's no problem. It's 20.75 inches long, and then on each end of the shaft we have this little clip feature. This is a groove for some kind of retaining clip, and they spec out exactly how wide it can be, so under 50 thou. So all we'll do is we'll get our bars cut a little bit long, and then we will face each end and get our groove in there, and we'll be good to go. Okay, our shafts are to length. Now we just need to get a small little grooving tool set up in the tool holder, and then we can cut those 4 grooves in these 2 shafts. Perfect. Okay. So that's perfect. That's right in between their called out spec. Okay, our shafts are done, and I actually just wrapped them up, and we're going to deliver them on the way to do the rest of our work since we're passing right by. So yeah, these are all ready to go. So this is the machine we're here to use. This is a huge sander. This is actually made for sanding engine heads, which is not what it's used for here. Get this thing done. What?
You did your baby.
Then what happened? Okay, that is it. We're at the end of all 3 projects. The shafts have already been dropped off when we went to sand all of these parts. We've got this platen fixed, and we have flats put into each one of our bits here. And this customer is on the way right now to come get this. And that's what I love doing in the shop. I love doing work quickly, breaking people's expectations for how fast the work got done. And of course, doing a good job too. So thank you for coming and checking it out. I hope you enjoyed seeing a typical day at Glease Manufacturing. And I'll go ahead and see you on the next one. So that went pretty well. Wow.
Sorry.
I don't know if I can do that take again that good. Okay, we've got our 2 projects under control. Let's get right in. Like, I don't need to say that.
They're under control.
Where the fudge did my calipers go? Gotta support the head, support the head. I guess we're done.
Take your glasses off so you can see it pretty face.
Rob, do we have your permission to put that entrance onto camera?
No.